Morning. How's everybody? You guys ready to move? Yeah, let's get on our feet. You guys look ready? Hats and all, protect you from the sun. So how many of you guys are assisting today? How many observing, practicing, all assisting? This whole team? Awesome. So we've got 5 sets of hands. So before we actually start moving, is there anybody, and I'm going to need you to give me a big show, like, is there anyone for any reason? I know that there's a ton of reasons why we don't want to be touched in the park. Sometimes we're nursing an injury and we know we're doing things weird, but it's on purpose and we don't want anyone coming over and correcting. Sometimes you're just really tired. Some people just hate being touched when they're really sweaty. So like if there's any reason at all why you don't want to be, go 2 hands up. Right there, just 2 hands up. Anybody not want to assist? Don't stretch because I'm reaching up. Yeah, like sometimes it's monkey see, monkey do. I always wonder if I picked my nose in the middle of class if you guys would go do that, you know? Like I'm just kidding. All right, so nobody, right? Everybody? All access? Was there? No touch? Okay. And one back in the orange. Do you guys see that? Okay, spread out. And one back here too. Thank you. Feet together, top of the mat. The sweet sound of Marty Nico. I'd love to start every day with her voice in my life. All right, feet together, top of the mat. Get a sense of your feet on the ground and your heart lifted. And find your breath. For the next few minutes, the park is going to continue to settle around you, but I want you to really become aware that your practice begins now. Every once in a while, I take it upon myself to impose an intention on you. Sometimes I invite you to have your own, but today I'm going to actually just put something out there and just see if you want to buy in. I want you to see if you can take all of your attention in your yoga today and put it toward really paying attention to what's happening inside your head. I want you to absorb and observe your thoughts as you move through the practice. I want you to become aware of how much you are cheering yourself on or how much you might be beating yourself up. The ideal situation would be that you're not doing either, that you're actually just breathing and moving and giving the yoga a chance to work its magic. And so if you have negative self-talk and you notice it, come back to the breath. See if you can get quiet. If you start getting all excited about what you're doing, I guess you can swim in that for a second. I wouldn't want to really tell you to squash that, but also come back to the breath. Come back to the present moment. So today you are the witness. Today you are going to be the observer, the seer of all things happening within. Are you with me? Yeah? I got some really solid yeses on that. I got some, I'm not really sure. And I don't think I got any no's, but I don't think you'd tell me. So, up to you. You can buy in on that. You can really just take that on as a task and see if you can live that for 60 minutes. Or you can take on your own intention. You can do your own work. We all have reasons that we come to the mat. And so whatever that is today, I want you to be on purpose. Now, bring your arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Stretch up like you mean it. And then exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, fold in. Let the head down. Lift halfway on the in-breath. And then fold again on the exhale. Don't rush. Inhale with a flat back. Come all the way up. Lift your head first. Reach your arms high. And then draw it right into your heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, breath priority. Lift and lengthen on the inhale, fold on the exhale. And then take a deep breath in, reach all the way up, stretch high, exhale, hands right to heart center. Remember, our breathing goes in and out of the nose. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, out of the nose, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Now this time, step both feet back to plank. Plank pose is an active pose. It requires some muscle, some strength. It's not so much fun until you get a little more warmed up. So again, just observe what's happening within. Feet should be about hip distance apart. The legs should feel really strong, knees lifted, and keep the crown of your head lifted. Yeah, I don't want you to let that head hang. Now, take a deep breath and lead with your chest. I want you to come forward and down. Lay it onto the belly. Nice work. Inhale for cobra pose. It's a little baby back bend. Assistants, make sure their elbows are bent and their hips are on the ground. And then exhale, release, and move into downward facing dog. We want to be gentle with the spine at first. If you have chaturangas and upward facing dogs in your practice, and once we get warmed up, you want to get in a flow like that, I have no problem with it, but let's be gentle at the beginning. Take one more breath, push back a little, and then look forward. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale, fold deeply on the exhale. Good, with a flat back, we rise to standing. Push down into your feet, pull that belly in and stretch up. Exhale, hands right to heart center. Pause for a moment, get in the rhythm of that breath. Feel yourself breathing in and breathing out, and know that however long each breath takes, that's how long you have to transition from pose to pose. That's it. Now again, with the breath, inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, lift halfway. On your exhale, both feet back and lower down slowly. Good. Inhale into cobra. It's one breath, a beautiful back bend. And then exhale right into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers out. Try to lift your hips a little higher. Breath is still flowing free. In the moments when the poses pause, know that the breath continues. And within the space of each breath, you can explore either softening or activating your poses. So there is always work to be done. This is a practice of consciousness, not effort. Last inhale, push back just a little, and then exhale, look forward and bring your feet to the top of the mat. Lift on the in-breath and fold on the out-breath. With a big inhale, flat back, rise all the way to standing, stretch like you mean it, and then exhale, hands right back to heart center. How you feeling so far? Good? Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, moving and breathing. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Now, just the right leg is going to step back. Let your fingers touch down. Hold right there. We're going to plant the right hand down onto the mat and twist open to your left. It's important that we move all 6 directions of the spine. So as we begin our practice, I try to get all the larger muscles and the bigger groupings of joints a little bit of warmth, a little bit of movement. Now, what I want to see from you is a lengthening of your spine. See if you can pull the belly in and draw the chest a little more forward. That's it. Take one more inhale, twist deeper on your exhale, and then eyes down, hands down. Step right back to plank and lower. Chest leads, come a little forward as you move down. Inhale into cobra pose. Exhale back into downward facing dog. take a deep, deep breath in for me and let out a sound on the exhale, just like a little release, a little like discharge of any tension that might be building, like you're starting to get sweaty, you may be starting to have a little bit of that inner dialogue. Let's push back. And then exhale as you look forward and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale, fold deeply, exhale. With a flat back, rise, please, all the way to standing. Reach up like you mean it, and then bring your hands right into your heart. Good, again, inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen halfway, and then fingers touch down. The left leg takes that big step back. Good, settle in, root the left hand down, and give me that same twist, but to the other side. What I'm seeing as I look around is that some of you have one hip jutting way up in the air and the other one's kind of sinking down. So could you lift the left knee? Get a little more structure. Lift the left knee up a little higher. And then lift that left hip up a little higher. And then try bending your right knee in a little deeper. Ah, there we go. I saw that. One more breath here. We're going to twist deeper on the exhale. Just feel that. And then eyes down, hands down, step to plank and lower. I like the way you're moving. Inhale, cobra, be gentle with your spine. And then exhale, take it back into downward facing dog. I'm going to give you 5 breaths here. 5 breaths. Keep lifting your hips. Spread your fingers. Know that each breath is an opportunity for you to soften if you need to, or to enhance your work, to activate. And sometimes the poses feel like it's less stress on the body when we activate muscles and create balance and support in our actions. Let's take one last inhale here. Push back just a little bit. And then exhale as you look forward. Walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up. Inhale. Fold deeply as you exhale. Using that same flat back, come all the way up. Lift your head. Reach your arms. Stretch. And then hands right to the heart. Good. Here we go. Inhale. Arms reach. I want you to hook your thumbs and spread your fingers. Draw the tailbone down a little bit and feel a little activation in the outer hips and a little lift in the pelvic floor. So create a little bit of structure in the hips and the pelvis, and then from above that, stretch a little bit to your right. That's it. Keep lengthening out of the right ribs. Try not to collapse. Now, the more you press down into the feet, the more you will be able to extend up and out. And then keep that belly drawn in as you rise back up to center. Good. Make it just as sweet on the other side. Think about it being an opening, not a collapse. Every pose is meant to create space in the body, and that space opens up our awareness. It gives us an opportunity to think about our side waist, which I can almost guarantee you could have gone through a whole morning and never thought about your side waist, right? Come back up to center and then release your arms. Good. How are you feeling now? Even better? Not so good? All right, you asked for it. Chair pose, bend your knees. This one's always good to get a reaction out of you anyway. Now I need you to keep your feet together unless you're having lower back problems. Then you can open the feet a little wider. But feet together gives you a sense of foundation and strength. Feel just as much weight in your heels as you do in your toes. Sit back just a little more. Good. Now, a fierceness in the arms. I want you to reach the arms as straight as possible and then pull the biceps back a little bit by the ears. Good. Now I see all of that action happening in your arms. At the same time that you are reaching, can you also relax your shoulders down? The shoulders draw down, but the arms extend out. They're working together to create a balanced action. Take one more breath, And then come on up. Oh, stretch back a little bit. And then bring your hands right to your heart. Now I see you. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. And then step it back to plank. I'd like you to hold your plank pose. Stay right there. 2 breaths. Make sure the muscles are working. Squeeze your hands toward each other a touch. Keep those knees lifted. And then keep pushing the floor away from you as you lead with your chest forward and down. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, take it back into down dog. Good. 1 good breath here. And then let out that sound. Yeah, I didn't hear you on the last one either. Take a deep breath in. Let me hear you. Wow, you guys are so calm. I guess you had a really easy week. There's been no stress in the news. No one's worried about anything. Give me a big inhale. Right? Where is the drama? All right. Maybe by the end of class, I'll get you to make some sounds. Step your right foot forward to your hands. Stay on your left toes and come into high crescent lunge. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to activate the base. I want you to imagine you're pulling your legs into your hip sockets. And then I want you to lift out of the belly and reach a little higher through your fingers. So the legs are drawing in, and that's going to help you to sink down and feel a little more sturdy. And as you sink down, I want you to reach up. Where are those fingers? There we go. Take 1 more breath there. Maybe lean back a touch. And then exhale, flow it out. Eyes down, hands down. Step it back lightly and lower. Good. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, take it back into down dog. Take 1 deep breath in and then step up with your left foot. Good. Staying on the right toes, it's high crescent lunge on the other side. It's a simple pose. That doesn't make it easy. Make sure that your front knee isn't turning in, but that you're giving solid weight to the whole footprint on that front leg. I want you to feel like you're drawing your legs in a little bit into the hips. It feels like the outer hips are hugging and that lower belly and pelvic floor are lifting. Now, give me some reach. That reach comes from the pit of the belly. I want you to extend from the bottom of your abdominal wall and up through your side waist. All that reaching up makes you feel unsteady, so sink in a little deeper. Yes. Inhale, reach back just a touch. And then flow it out. Hands go down, step back lightly and lower. Good. Inhale, cobra, back into the familiar, back in your flow. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, walk your hands back to your feet. Go ahead, walk it back. The feet should be about hip distance apart. I want you to inhale and lift halfway, then exhale and fold, please. Good. Bend your knees 90 degrees. Bend those knees 90 degrees, and as your hips drop, start looking at the front of your mat. Sweep your arms back behind you. Right there. This is right about the moment where you start to go, oh crap, how long is she going to leave me here? This is your opportunity. Check in. Are you just breathing and moving? Are you feeling really good? Is that little voice starting to rear its head? Stay steady, eyes focused, breath flowing. Sit deeper. As your hips drop, lift your arms higher. I want you to feel your arms lifting higher than your hips. Keep squeezing the upper back and opening your chest as if you had something to offer from your heart. That's it. Take 1 more breath here and then bring your hands together. Clasp them. And then exhale, fold. Let it go. The head drops down. The arms move a little bit away from your back and the legs get some relief. Stay with that breath. I'd like you to release your hands and let your arms down. Come halfway up, inhale, look forward. And then slowly walk into plank pose and find the integration. Reorganize your body. Push the floor away from you, and then we're moving into Vashisthasana. So roll onto the right side. You can put one foot in front of the other, and then lift your left arm up over your shoulder. We're not going to stay long, so don't panic. Just take a breath, and then put your hand back down. Return to plank and reorganize. Some of you lost your form when you went to the side, so I want you to come back to center, reorganize, and then roll it to the left side. That's it. One foot in front of the other, hips rising, lift from the outer hips. Stretch to the sky, take a breath, and then eyes down, hand down. Good, return to center and organize. Now, we're going to lead with the chest and lower down slowly, a little bit forward and down. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog, and then back into down dog.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
All right. We are done with the warm-ups. How's that feel? Check, right? Check. Give me one good inhale, maybe a little sigh on the exhalation. I'd like you to step your right foot forward, turn your left foot flat, come into warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1, facing forward. Both arms are up, chest plate forward. This is the passion of the warrior. Like our feet are holding our ground, but our chest is forward, our passion. That's it. Now I want you to really feel the left foot grounding, which means the pinky toe of that left foot is going to stay on the ground, and you're going to lift the arch of that foot a little. And I want you to feel the lift from the arch of your foot coming all the way up the inseam of that back leg. That's it. Now, straighten the front leg. Make both legs straight, stand a little taller, and then make your body face forward a little bit more. So if you're turning out to the side, I want you to face forward, really, with your hips, with your chest, with your arms. That's it. Give me one big inhale, and on your exhale, bend back into that left knee. That's it. Inhale, extend back. Give me reach. This is your fullest expression. And then exhale, flow it out. Eyes go down, hands go down. Step it back lightly, lower slowly. Keep moving through that flow. And then find your way back to downward facing dog. We'll explore Virabhadrasana 1 on the other side. So left foot steps, right foot turns in. Everything on purpose. Every breath an opportunity for you to listen. Back foot is active. The pinky toe side gets grounded and the arch lifts. There's like a real action to creating the proper footprint here. And the assistants, you could be giving them a foot at the lateral border so they know how to press it back and down. That's it. That's it. I really like what I see. Chest plate forward. Face forward with whatever you can. Like use your muscles. And then start straightening that front leg. With both legs straight, you might be able to actually face forward a little more easily. I really like what I see. Now, both legs are strong, the side waist is long. Take a deep breath in, and then bend a little deeper into that front leg. Don't lose the work of the back foot. Fullest expression, inhale, lean back, then exhale, flow it out. I think we're ready for some fun. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, let out a little sound. Thank you. Go ahead, look at your hands, jump, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees, please. Here comes chair pose. We're going to sit down a little lower and then draw your hands right to your heart. Stay right there. Sit in a little lower. And then cross your right elbow over to your left knee and give me a twist. We have to squeeze our hips together a little bit. That will help you keep the right knee back, and it'll keep the hips a little more square. I want you to push that right elbow against the left knee so you can open the chest. Keep the right elbow touching the leg, so keep it there, but take your left arm up to the sky. Left arm up to the sky. Now turn your gaze up to your left thumb. Give me one breath, and then use that exhale to twist deeper. That's it. Forward fold, let it go. Say that 10 times fast. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. That's what she's saying. Try it. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. All right, bend those knees. Chair pose. Utkatasana, hands to heart center. Sit a little deeper. That's it. Got a little energy going on. Let's take the twist to the other side. Left elbow is going to find its way to the left knee. Nope, left elbow to right knee. That's it. Press into the palms. See if you can get your hips a little more square. Check in with your footprints. Now, keep that left elbow. It's got a job to do. It's anchoring you. And then release the right arm up to the sky. See if you can really let that heart shine. Lengthen your spine. One deep breath. Twist on the exhale. You've got it. Let it go. Forward fold. Oh, you guys are amazing. Let's come up really slow. Lift your head. Lift your chest. With a big inhale, rise all the way up. Good. Exhale, draw your hands right into your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Go to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Right foot steps up, left foot turns in. Virabhadrasana 1. Vira 1, you know the actions. We took a lot of time to break it down and create impression in the body. Trust yourself now. Let the body redo what it's already felt. Come into your fullest expression. A little attention to that back foot. I want you to feel the left foot grounding and then reach more with your left arm. Feel like the left side of the pose is in the action so much more than the right side. Yes. Now, take that right arm, drop it down, and reach behind you. Maybe you could even feel your left leg back there. And then twist out toward the right. So much going on that left side. Keep your consciousness awake. Feel it in the sole of your foot, all the way through the side waist and up to your fingertips. So right arm down, left arm up. Yep. There we go. That chest plate of the warrior is trying to turn to the right. You got to put that back foot down. Yep. Put it down. And then reach. Reach like crazy. Reach. Come on. Oh, yeah. Fingers reaching. Take a breath. And then let's face forward. Both arms come up. Good. Straighten the front leg. Make a sound. Yeah. Drop your arms by your sides and then take them behind you. See if you can not clasp for a moment, but reach back. Feel the arms straight and reaching and the upper back contracting. I like what I see right here. Now, clasp the hands. Take a deep breath in and extend. Lift your chest and then bend deeply into that front knee again. Bend that front knee. Here we go. Humble warrior. Fold forward. As the head drops, the arms move away from your back. Both feet are still active. Humble warrior, the head comes down, the chest is low, and you are breathing. Stay on that breath. Don't let that voice come in. Right now, you have an opportunity to activate from both feet and get your hips a little more square. That would mean right hip back, left hip forward. Now push down to rise up. Come up slow and with some grace. On your inhale, reach the arms up like it's a celebration. And then exhale, flow it out. Like you're coming back home to your vinyasa. Step back and lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Woo! Yeah, you guys feeling that? Yeah. Left foot steps up, right foot turns flat. Simple. We're returning to warrior one. Simple doesn't mean easy. That's it. The back foot is flat, and we're going to wake up. We are going to just brighten the right side of the pose. So it starts in the right foot. I want you to feel some action. You guys should be putting a foot behind somebody's right foot, giving them an anchor to make sure that they feel where they're supposed to press. That's it. I want to see everyone standing on somebody's mat with their foot against their foot. That's it. That's it. And imagine if someone is not on your mat with you. Imagine if someone was standing right behind you and you could push your foot into their foot. That's it. Oh, I like it. Now that right side is really alive. Drop your left arm down. Let's twist it to the left. Oh yeah, reaching from the pinky toe to the pinky finger. Turn your chest out to the left. Front knee is bending. We'll come out of that in a minute, but just for now, bend in deeply. One last breath here. And when you are ready, face forward, both arms reach. Straighten your front leg. Ooh, drop your arms by your sides. Find your breath. Let your body settle. Keep your mind on your breathing. The arms are going to start to reach back. It's going to feel like your heart is open. You just feel a little vulnerable, like you're just putting it all out there, all your passion. That's it. The arms are back, so now you can clasp them behind your back. I want you to take an inhale and stretch back a little more, and then bend into that front knee deeply and find humble warrior. Let that head drop down. Lots of opportunity here. Oh, someone loves us. There comes a cloud. Left hip back, right hip forward. Feel what's going on there, squaring the hips. So it's not about how low you go. Bend the front knee more, keep the chest a little higher, and then square those hips. That's important, so when we come up, there's no grinding in the hip joints. I want them square. Let's press down and start to rise. Head up, chest up. Inhale, reach like it's a celebration, and then exhale, flow it out. Go ahead, take your time moving through that flow. Lower on the exhalation, and then inhale for cobra. Exhale, down dog. How are you feeling now? Okay. So you like it better when you're sweaty and exhausted. Good. Push back a little bit, take a breath. And then I want you to come up high on your toes. Drop your knees gently onto the mat. That's it. Pull the belly to the spine. And without being aggressive, just being active, I want you to reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Keep a little bit of that feeling of the outer hips hugging so the left hip doesn't float up too high. It's much more about the leg extending back and the arm reaching forward. It's not height here, it's length. Yes. Keep that belly drawn in. It will help you lengthen. All right, I like what I see. Keep your leg where it is, but put your right hand back on the mat. Try to stay even and steady as you turn your left toes out to the left. Now see if you can take your leg out to the left. Curious, huh? Go ahead, put it back behind you. Pull that knee right into the belly, squeeze it tight, and then put it back down. That's it. Just switch to the other side. Left arm, right leg. Left arm is forward, right leg is back. It's more about lengthening out than lifting high. A little bit of integration around the hips, a little passion in the fingers. And then put the hand down, try to hold steady. Turn your right toes out and just explore. What does it feel like to take that leg out to the side? That's a new muscle, a new place to awaken. That's it. And then take it back behind you, pull right, and then place it down. Child's pose. This child's pose, I'd like you to keep your toes together, but open your knees a little bit wider. Start to explore a little more deeply into your hips. On your next inhalation, come back up into tabletop pose. Pull the belly into the spine so you feel a sense of integration. And then again, keeping both of those hands grounded, just take your right leg out behind you. We always like things when the body gets to do it a second time because it remembers. Turn those toes out to the right, and to the best of your ability, take it all the way out to the side. Bring it as far forward as you can. I know it's not easy. You don't have to look at it. Look down at the mat. Look down at the mat. Yes, it's funny how we think if we look at it, it's going to get easier. Take one more breath. Lift it just a touch, and then put it down right there by the side. Yep, right beside you. Put it down. Oh, that is a good moment. Walk your hands back to your knee. And then come on up and stand on your shin. Inhale, both arms reach. You should feel a little bit of pushing down through your left shin and a little bit of pushing down through your right foot, and then you lift. Keep those toes pointing forward. That's it. Now, drop the right arm onto the right leg. Take a little stretch. The left side body gets really long here, and it should feel so good. If you pull the belly in, you have enough support. The right arm could even come out parallel with the earth. We'll take one last breath there, and then return, arms out like a T. Here we go. We're going to take that right hand and put it down on the floor. Reach that. No, left hand down on the floor. I'm looking that side. That's it. Now once you get your balance here, your hand is grounded. It should be a little bit further out. Don't be afraid to reach the left hand out a little bit further. And then lift your right leg from the mat, from the floor. Lift that right leg. Here's another simple but not so easy. Keep a little flex on your foot. Now I'm going to challenge you. Turn the palm and reach over your head. Streamline your body a little bit. Feel the belly and the ribs and the tailbone draw in. Arm comes up. That's it. Here comes your twist. Leg forward. Hinge at the hips. And then open your chest and reach your right arm behind you. Find the obliques. Twist open. Chest to the sky. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Lift that leg up in front of you. It's off the ground. It's not on the ground. You guys are funny. Yeah, you guys are super funny. Go ahead, bring your leg back in line. Bring your leg back in line with your body. Bring the arm back up over your head. And then from a really strong belly, rise back up to center. Leg out to the side, yeah. That's it. Both arms reach, inhale. Bring the arms down in front of you. Place them onto the mat. We're gonna lift that right leg up off the earth. Take it back behind you and then pull it knee into belly. Oh, yes. And then release and take child's pose. Knees a little wide here. See where you can melt. Check in with that voice now. See how much I pissed you off. Were you able to stay with that? Did you do the best you could, or is it over? Like maybe that's just done and you're back in your breath. All right. I want you to take another breath and then let out a little ah. Find your way into tabletop pose. Both hands are going to stay on the ground. You're going to take that left leg out behind you. Try to keep the hips level. We're repeating the same action, so you should be able to get there at least this first time. Flex the foot, turn your left toes out, and then bring that left leg out to the left. Bring it as far forward as you can and as high as you can. Encourage yourself to just challenge in this moment. Yes, lift just a little, and then put it down right there beside you. Make sure those toes are pointing forward. Walk your hands back toward your knees and stand up tall. I like it. Inhale, arms reach. Second side is always so much better. Okay, left arm drops to left leg. Give me a little bit of love in that side body. Yep, feel a little squeeze on the outer hips, a little lift from the belly. That's it. Tip your ears back so you can look up at your fingers. Create even more space. Exploring your body. Breathing deeply. All right, if you're feeling it, that left arm can come out parallel with the earth. Strength and flexibility together in one moment, in one breath. Return to center, arms out like a T, and then arms rise. Good, take a breath there. Get a little more lift, and then the arms open back out like that T, and the right hand goes down to the earth. Touch down a little bit further away than you think, so the hand stays under the shoulder, and then see if you can lift your left leg. Simple but not easy. Start to feel the integration. You like when you do plank pose, right? You feel the tailbone come in, you feel the legs strong. Now, palm turns, and the bicep goes over the ear. Reach over your head. Keep lifting that leg. Keep lifting that leg. Crazy voice, crazy voice. Is it in there? Is it talking to me or is it talking to you? All right, keep that leg up. Reach your arm back up. Here comes your twist. Hinge at the hip, take your left leg forward. Don't put it on the ground. Now, open your chest wide and bring your left arm behind you. Oh, yes, you can do this. We're not going to hold it long. Twisting from your waist, you're strong on both sides of your body. Give me one more breath. And then the arm comes back up, the leg goes back in line. Simply put your foot down, belly in, and we rise. Oh, inhale, arms reach. Bring the arms down in front of you. Put them on the floor. Now integrate a little bit. That left leg has to lift. And then take it back behind you. Draw the knee into the belly. And release. Child's pose. You made it. You did it. And you had a chance to meet that inner voice. To be the witness and the observer. Even now, in this moment of stillness, what's going on in the inner world? It's amazing when the things of the outer world start to agitate us and challenge us. What does it do to us inside? Are you your best cheerleader or your worst enemy? Or are you always that loyal and neutral friend?
Colors unfold as we're coming home. As we're coming home.
Now you can stay in child's pose if that's working for you. We're going to stay a few more moments. If you would prefer to come to seated for your stillness, up to you. You can sit or stay. I want you to just spend a few minutes being quiet. Really, really giving yourself that opportunity to bear witness to yourself in this moment. Are you able to create peace and quiet? An open space for you to grow.
When the sun shines, light in your eyes, opens up doors. When calmly blows, sight becomes love. Colors unfold as we're
ahead and feel one really big, beautiful breath come in. Open your mouth, let it out with a little sound. And then however you are, if you're in child's pose, come on up. We're all going to swing our legs around in front to release any pressure from the knees. That's it. Let your legs extend out in front. They've been bent a long time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good, and then take your hands behind you. I want your fingers to mostly be pointing toward you. They can turn out slightly, but please don't turn them around to the back. That's it. And then let the shoulders collapse a little bit. Let them roll forward, so you're kind of like a turtle. Yeah, let your head forward. Yeah, just kind of like shrink in there for a second. I want you to feel the shoulder heads forward. So this is not about being tall. It's actually about shrinking. Shrink like a turtle. Lose your neck. Let the shoulders come up and the chest go down. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah. The slouchasana, right? Now, keep the shoulder heads rounding forward and start pointing your toes. Start activating your legs. Push into your hands and start to lift your hips. And as the chest rises, roll the shoulders back and then maybe let the head back. Opening up across the collarbones. You're strong enough to do this. Push down to rise up. Point with your toes. Use everything you've got here. Take one more breath. Lift your chest and then chin to chest. Come on down slowly. Good. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, fold in softly. Let your head bow forward just a little bit. Find the counter action for your neck. You could even turn your head gently to one side or the other. And then I want you to pull the belly in so that you can come up slowly and carefully. Simply bend the right knee and put the sole of the right foot down on the mat. Sit up a little taller. Maybe grab the right knee, which will help you sit up a little taller. And then wrap your left elbow around that left knee and take your right hand behind you. Here's a really nice soft twist. Stay active in your left leg. Keep lifting from the belly, widening the chest. All right. Now hold that twist to the right, but turn your head all the way to the left. It's an interesting thing to have to keep turning right but look left. See if you can feel that double helix, right? Take one more breath here. Twist a little deeper as you exhale. And then release all of that gripping. Face forward, arms reach. Right leg extends back down. Good. Bend the left one. Wrap your right arm around the left knee. Left hand goes behind you. Try to sit up tall here. Long spine. Get a little active in the right leg. It's going to help anchor you. And you want to maybe have a little space between your left foot and your right leg. Don't put them on the same line. We want to wiggle that left foot out a little wider. Don't bring it to the middle. Let's bring that left foot out a little wider. I'll block your sun for a second. Yeah. So spine is tall. We're twisting gently, active in the legs, active in the belly, and breathing. Now we're going to keep that action of twisting to the left, but look to the right. Just pay attention to the more subtle things that are happening inside. Be the observer. There's so many new little nuances happening. What can you awaken to? It's an interesting thing to keep turning left, but look to the right. Do it one more time for me. On the exhale, twist a little deeper. And then release all that gripping, face forward, both arms reach. And then extend that left leg out, let it go. Good, forward fold. Now, I want you to, like a rag doll, I want you to let your head hang. I want you to let your arms drag, but I want you to pull that belly to the spine and roll yourself down one vertebra at a time. It's a little bit of core work. I want you to go as slowly as you can. You got to get round as you can so you don't plop down on a hard surface. That's it. They love yoga. Take it down slowly. Yep, slowly. All right, you'll feel so good once everything lays down and all that gripping disappears. Maybe for the first time today, let yourself be completely soft. I'd like you to bend your knees and gently put your feet onto the ground. Let's cross the right knee over the left knee and then hug both legs right into the body. So it's knee over knee, not ankle over knee. Close up the space between your legs and just give yourself a hug. Yeah. You could even lift your head to your knees and make that feel good. So no space between the legs, not a dead pigeon, but just crossed and squeeze. Yeah, right there. One more breath, squeeze in a little, and if the assistants want to, give a little push. Push on their left foot. It'll be just enough to give them a little extra something. And then let's go ahead and release. Go ahead, put your feet back down on the mat, uncross your legs. Let the soles of the feet come together, and the knees drop open. Let both arms come up overhead. Just feel the space. A little charge and release. Feel your belly move. Feet are on the ground. Knees are wide open. Arms are up overhead. All right, last breath here. And then draw those knees back together. This time left crosses over right. Go ahead and hug them in. That's it. Squeeze just a little bit. You could even lift your head to your knees. And assistants, feel free to find their right foot and just give it a little push. That's it. Take one more breath. And then we simply put the foot back down. Uncross those knees. Put the soles of your feet together. And again, let those knees drop open. This time, put your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly. Try to get a little more in touch with yourself. Again, checking in with the inner world, the inner dialogue. We only have one more thing to do before we sink into our blissful state of Shavasana. Take one more breath right here. Let out a little sigh. And then close your knees up gently. Take your arms out like a T. And then without using your hands, just draw your knees a little closer to the belly and roll them over to the right. The chest should stay wide. You can turn your gaze out to the left. really find that breath. Start to move the breath a little more deeply, a little more purposefully. Maybe slower, longer, deeper. That is not what I want. And bring your head to center, bring your knees to center. And just take it around to the other side. Try to be a little softer with yourself. Not so focused on the form, but actually really embracing the formless. And assistants, this would be your last chance to touch. If you see something that maybe would enhance their work, touching a shoulder or a hip and making their side waist a little longer. Because once they slip into Shavasana, I don't want you to disrupt the peace. And then be gentle with yourself and start to find your way back to center. You can give yourself one last squeeze and then feel free to let your legs go, let your arms go. And coming into your final resting pose. Start to listen for the sound of your own breath, for the feeling of your heartbeat in your chest. As you awaken to this miracle of being alive, I want you to notice what's going on inside. My hope is that you actually found that quiet place. And if your thoughts start to run wild, catch yourself. Come back to the breath. See if you can re-regulate. As you feel ready, you might feel inspired to move, stretch, breathe, whatever. Turn to one side, make bigger movements. We all awaken in our own beautiful way. And eventually I'd like you to make those movements big enough that they will take you up to seated. You can sit any way you like, but I'd like you to sit in a way that might reflect how you want to approach the next part of your day. Think about that. Like setting up the future right now in this moment. It's like, right? Like right now, as I sit up, I can decide how I want to move forward. That only happens when we're in present time. That only happens when we're connected to what's happening inside of ourselves. We have the power to do that regardless of what's going on outside, and regardless of what you're going to face. Who knows, there may be a surprise party waiting for you. You might step into a room full of people that love you and they start screaming in celebration, right? You may get a terrible phone call. Like, we have no control over what happens next, but we do have control over what happens right now, and at least with how we're going to step into whatever the future may hold. Let's bring our hands together at the heart. Let's take a breath and clear it out. Just make a sound. Ah. Yeah. And then we're going to together make the beautiful and sacred sound of Om, the sound of the universe. So I want you to really fill your lungs and sing with me when you're ready. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. My wish for you every week as we leave this practice is that we hold on to some of this peace. We worked hard to create it. We faced our courage and we were brave to witness what goes on when inside of our heads. We faced the challenges with strength and with grace. And somehow with all of that stirring, we found our way to a place of peace. Please acknowledge its value by carrying it with you. And know that you have the power to expand it by bringing the peace to someone else. Don't give away your power by letting someone take it from you. It's like that. It disappears. This is the mood, this is the tone, this is the energy we need to put back in the world. Know that you have a purpose. There's a reason you're coming to the mat. Please carry this peace with you. I thank you for the honor of being able to help you find it. I thank you for coming out week after week. My gratitude is so big. There is no way for me to express how grateful I am that we are creating something of value in the world together. And so I thank you. Peace be with you always. Namaste. Happy Saturday, everyone. Now you can make a sound, right? Yeah. So what are you going to do with your Saturday? More yoga? I know 12 people that are going to be doing it all day long. Yep. All right, so if anyone is interested in finding out more about tuning in live or sharing information about the live stream that we do here every week, come up and see me. I have passes and schedules. I would love to invite you to be my guest at Yoga Journey Studio, which is in the Wyndham Hotel, the Wyndham Boca. I have some flyers here about Y12SR. It's yoga for 12-step recovery. We have that every month at the studio. And we have some really great workshops and retreats coming up. I have Dr. Melody Moore coming in doing Embody Love Movement. It's a great program for women and young girls about empowerment. And my retreat in Guatemala in November. If anyone's interested in taking a 5 or 7-day trip with me to Guatemala, it'll be pretty intense work in terms of connection, friendship, sisterhood. This one's ladies only. Come and see me if you're interested in doing a little bit of work in terms of your own growth, recognizing your own leadership, your role in the world, the ways in which we show up. So come and see me. I have all of the above, and I'm happy to share.